Hello everyone, welcome to tonight's show. Are we live? We sure are. Are we virtual? Well, yeah. And that has me thinking. I miss you all. I miss being around you. I miss performing live on stage for you. I prefer the French translation. Tu me manques. You are missing from me. I know that sounds a little selfish, but that's how it feels. You all are missing from me. So more accurately, I miss you all. The plural is vous me manques. You are all missing from me. Je te manque. Are you missing? The live shows at the theater? Yeah, me too. While we're having the feels, I need you to do Universe a solid. Go to the chat right now or during the show and type, "Hi, I love you. I miss you. Party on." Whatever positive message you want to put out there to someone or everyone, putting it out there is going to make you feel good. I promise. Speaking of doing good, there's going to be a link in the chat for the Light of Life mission. They help a lot of folks that need a kind hand. Anything you can do to support their efforts would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Oh, yeah, the hair. Somebody was telling me this week I kind of look like Wolverine. Eat your heart out, Hugh Jackman. Welcome all to the Steel City Improv Theater! Tonight's live virtual presentation is Now You're Talking with Dave McCabe! So without further ado, let's get on with the show.
You're watching Now You're Talking with Dave McCabe. Tonight's guests are famed architect and sanitarian Alabaster Pembrose, master of frequencies and tech extraordinaire, the mighty Quinn Strand, and returning guest Greg Free Range Thompson. Tonight's show is brought to you by Guided Meditation for the Advanced Practitioner. All right, you are live.
Fantastic. Thanks, Quinn, and hello, everybody. And remember, tonight's sponsor is Guided Meditation for the Advanced Practitioner. Feel the Om. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, there is a chat function for a reason. Go ahead and let us know you're out there, because by God, you're out there. We're in here. Go ahead and do it. We're going to start our show tonight with Alabaster Pembrose. Alabaster Pembrose is a famed architect and centenarian, weighing in on his approach with a stay-at-home order and interior design. Alexander Pembrose. Now, Alabaster Pembrose, now you're talking with Dave McCabe. Alabaster?
Bernadette, please, remove my face shield.
I hear you, Alabaster. I just don't see you.
Yes, hold on 1 minute. I have my sleeping mask acquired. Ah, yes. Thank you, Bernadette.
Holy folks!
Dave McCabe, as I live and breathe. Ha ha.
Holy, all of the phone conversations we had, I never expected this.
Well, but of course, where else would I be, Dave McCabe? Ha ha!
I can't imagine. So tell us, Alabaster, famed architect, what buildings, what structures have your footprint on it? You have a foot, don't you?
Dave McCabe, I find your humor very invigorating. A foot, a hand, a limb, nay, my whole body is imbued in my architecture, for I am my architecture. Ha ha.
Oh man, it's like, you want to be the thing, you know what I mean? You want to
be the football player. You want to be the ball. And you're being structure.
Dave McCabe, you've underlined the thesis of my life's work. Yes, for centuries, artists have fought to imbue themselves in their works, and I nearly followed that pursuit to its zenith. As you see before you, I have become my greatest creation, a 72-room Victorian mansion.
Holy, 72 rooms? What made you pick the room you're in?
Well, this is the master room, and needless to say, I certainly wouldn't pick the debauchery room.
Well, no.
Of course
Well,
not.
I have to say, I've studied the masters, and you're clearly one of them. With
Thank
Leonardo,
you, Dave McCabe.
but I have to ask, with Leonardo da Vinci's David, he said he didn't chisel the David, but he just looked at the granite and removed everything that wasn't the David. Is there any similarities that brought you to your current state?
Yes, I suppose if you were to recall that trite anecdote by some bygone Greek, I may be following in footsteps, but truly, did Leonardo da Vinci make himself out of marble? No, he toiled with rocks and chisels and stone. I have made myself into my own medium. I have redefined what it means to be an architect, nay, a piece of architecture. So please choose your references more carefully when comparing my paradigm shifting works to that of the old archaics.
You have humbled me, Alabaster. Humbled. Clearly, I need to be doing more. I've seen Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water in person. And I must say, that pales in comparison to the genius, the craft that you are.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I remember young Frank. He was a troublesome chap. He was under my tutelage for several years back in the early aughts. That is, of course, 1910 to 1914. And let's just say I am impressed with what he made of himself.
But what you've made of yourself, Alabaster.
Ah, yes.
Truly. When you first became a part of this structure, were you a lad? Has this vision hole, I don't know what you wish to call it, in which you're sticking your head through, did it grow? Were you a young lad in the wall, let's say?
Well, as you mentioned prior, my status as a centenarian, it means very little to me, for time passes quite slowly. I have not gazed upon my body as you might define it, because I gaze upon the ageless materials I have built around me. Plaster, woods such as mahogany and ash. These are things that develop fine patinas with age, Dave McCabe.
I have to agree with you. The cookie cutter McMansions that exist today just don't hold a candle to your vision, to your commitment.
Thank you again. Your words of generosity make me blush bright red.
Clearly. Speaking of colors, Alabaster Pembrose. When I think of that, I think of myself in Home Depot or Lowe's, looking at the swatches, figuring out what should I do. Would, say, an Alabaster Pembrose be brighter or less bright than, let's say, an antique white or an eggshell?
Dave McCabe, once again, your references may be a bit contemporary for my classical tastes. While I am not familiar with the Home Depot, I do know Mr. Truffeloid Lowe's. Yes, Truffeloid Lowe's. He was a bastard of a man and a fiddler and a cheat. And I recall him having grand plans of selling nails and hammers and potted plants. I do hope he rots in hell.
Alabaster, come on now. You have to separate the man versus the vision and versus the accomplishments of him. Keep in mind the gentleman Sherwin-Williams. That had a vision. And you gotta, like, I know that he was just a poor excuse for a human being, but the guy knew colors. You have to admit.
Mr. Sherman-Williams, yes. What a rube. I've rubbed my face in his face and I'll tell him that he is nothing but a charlatan. Yes, he might know pigments and ointments, but it was just that. He was only skin deep. He would paint himself to fit an occasion, but I knew he had no depth.
Of course not. You know what? You're right. I mean, wasn't it Sherwin-Williams that invented the stain?
Oh,
I know.
Well said, Dave McCabe.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. I mean, my God. But hey, enough about that. Another reason you're here is, by God, as a centenarian, you have seen it all. So can you compare your current state with the 1917-18 pandemic and how you feel in this world today as you stand? You've seen them both. How are we doing?
Well, Dave McCabe, you bless me with a very damning question. Yes, it is true. I have seen the epidemics of yore. The Spanish flu I never really got per se, but it was the time when I was still concepting this house you see before you. So I was beginning to see the appeal of staying indoors, finding comfort in being inside. And that's really some of the inspiration that led to this achievement now. So you ask, how do they compare? I will only say to the people around me, the people walking the streets endangering themselves, take refuge in your home. Build yourself into a wall like me and you will find untold pleasures.
That really brings me to what you mentioned before. I mentioned about your limbs, clearly in your case, the walls do have eyes, the walls do have ears, but you're still a man, right?
Oh, yes. If you suppose. I technically am a man, but sometimes I forget because my bodily functions have been not replaced, but augmented by the industrious facilities of this house. Pipes, levers, baskets, a network of contraptions aid me in keeping me dry and comfortable back here.
That's really great to know. I did do some research on you, Alabaster, and I found what was intriguing is the lavatory tube. It's not that far. I understand that NASA created that sort of system whenever they were building their suits for their Apollo 11 crew.
Yes, I do remember back in the 70s, a fantastic time. The folks at NASA came into my abode and I permitted them to study my lavatory tubes. It seemed quite commonplace to me, but it ended up being a multi-million-dollar invention that enabled space travel. Who knew?
I am. What's impressive to me is because I was wondering, how do you keep this lifestyle? And I clearly the patents on the lavatory tube as delivered by NASA. Can you tell me one of the early patents that have helped you continue this life in wall lifestyle?
Yes, while I do believe in free thought and have not bothered with patenting any of my fine inventions, one of my namesake tubes, which I'm sure you might have in your very house, is my feeding tube. It delivers me piping hot, fresh tallow porridge. Oh, just thinking of it now, the sweet, runny, savory drippings of pork with flour and... Excuse me, Dave McCabe.
Oh, that's okay. Folks, this is science. Just be patient.
Yes.
Alabaster, do you feel like as if you've been sedated? Do you have now the energy to move forward?
I feel invigorated, Dave McCabe.
That is fantastic to know. I understand they use that same tallow as the basis for that scene in The Matrix, where they're eating all of that stuff with all of the nutrients in it. So again, you are able to sustain yourself by providing this mass knowledge to the masses.
Yes, that was another famed entourage to pass through my halls. One, Keanu Reeves and the Wachowski brothers did ask me, how did you come up with such a novel feeding apparatus? And I said, come into my wall, stick your head inside my head hole and gaze upon my tallow tube. And they did, and then they came up with the movies, The Matrixes.
That is fantastic to hear. And again, the having you as a resource must absolutely have been incredible for like you must be proud of these things, or as a centurion, as you've lived so long, this is just a matter-of-fact situation.
You know, Dave McCabe, over the years and the decades and the centuries, many people have come to me seeking wisdom and advice, and I give it freely. I just hope that the people that come to see me do so with open hearts and minds. But I do think... excuse me.
Do you need a minute? You okay?
Oh, I'm fine, yes. It's just...
Yeah, what's a minute to you, right?
What's a minute to me, exactly. No, it's, you know, the only company I truly value is that of my confidant and tallow maintenance person, Bernadette, who you saw at the beginning of the program.
Oh, it was amazing. The arm is all I needed to see the love that she has and the dedication to you, my friend.
Yes, her arms are her best feature.
They sure are. Well, Alabaster, you have given us so much to work with, and we're so grateful for the inventions that you have inspired through all of your years and your wisdom as you have stood through life in that place. Yeah. So I'll finish off with a few things that I think might help, a few questions to end the interview. Yeah. First, what sound or noise do you love?
It must be the sweet plinking driplets of tallow being put into my tubes. Oh, I hear them now, the coursing chunks of pork fat swirling around my head as they make their way to my spout.
More than we needed to know. Thanks, Alabaster.
Of course.
What sound or noise do you hate?
There is a noise, and you may have heard it. As you can fathom, my view of the adjacent wall is truly all I can see. So there's much of the outside world that befuddles me. And there are noises like vroom, vroom and brat, brat that startle me, and I simply can't put a form to that corporeal sound.
Well, I will do you a favor and not tell you what they are to give you energy to find your own conclusions. It's like reading a book and watching a movie. Give me the book every time.
Dave McCabe, I appreciate your thoughtfulness, because I would not want a name to be placed upon that wretched noise. It would haunt me as I sleep.
Why grow? What? 2 more questions.
Yes.
If you weren't the amazing centenarian and architect that you are, what profession would you like to attempt?
Oh, well, I do remember as a child wanting to be a skydiver. Oh, those beautiful men and women flailing through the sky, falling, falling, falling until they either hit the intended landing pad of hay or soft earth to break their majestic fall.
Your words and inflection move me.
Thank you, Dave McCabe.
It's clear. I was thinking spelunker, which is kind of skydiver going further down.
Yes, Dave McCabe, have you ever skydived?
I have not skydived, but it's on my bucket list.
Oh, yes. I wish you luck with your bucket list.
Thank you. I put an F in front of it and nothing gets done.
Wordplay.
Yes, sir. And finally, Alabaster, and thank you so much for joining us. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I would like to hear him say, wow, look at this 72-room Victorian mansion set before my puny pearly gates. Pearly gates, what a passé material for a gate. This really is impractical and, if you ask me, quite garish. No, I would then ask that mayhaps my large mahogany doors be used instead of his pearly gates.
The fact that you have 9-foot doors in every room of your house, oh.
Yes.
Alabaster, I'm afraid our time has come to an end, but I'm sure we'll live on for a long time.
Such sweet sorrow. Dave McCabe, you have given me so much joy.
And and if I only would have thought about it, I would have liked to cap this with one more inspiration, a Pink Floyd song, to just put another brick in her. Yes. Alabaster, thank you for your time. And Bernadette, if you're out there, I think some tallow is in order. He's earned it.
Yes, Bernadette, please, my eating shield. I hunger. Goodbye, Dave McCabe.
Goodbye, Alabaster Pembrose. Hang in there.
All right. On to our commercial break.
All right, everybody. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Guided meditation. It's easy, isn't it? Maybe too easy. We've all been there. We play a guided meditation video clip. We close our eyes and we fall sound asleep. Are we really meditating? We at Guided Meditation for the Advanced Practitioner hear you. And we think we can step up our meditation practices. We have found the perfect audio experience in 60 screen actress and spokesperson Yvonne LaRue. We feel she brings exactly what an advanced practitioner needs to be truly engaged throughout their entire meditative session. Here's an example of Yvonne's classic body scan meditation.
Lie down! Are you feeling comfy? Okay, focus your attention on your toes! Your toes! Yeah, then move up to the balls of your feet, and then the arches, and then the heels.
Soothing. You can see how this advanced practice keeps you engaged throughout the entire meditation process. Did you fall asleep? Not likely. Now let's have Yvonne help us focus on our breath.
4, 7, 8! That makes your breathing great! Take a breath inside for 4 beats, hold it for 7, and then empty it all the way for an 8 count. It'll feel great for you. It might cough a little bit at the end, but that's okay.
Wow, my lungs feel better already. And how about at the end of the day? We could sure use a good night's sleep. Let's have Yvonne bring us her guided meditation for sleep therapy.
Let the go of the day. There's nothing you can do about it now, so you might as well just let it go. Clear your mind. You'll be fine. You're gonna love it. You're gonna wake up so refreshed. Wow. I get the feeling I was underneath one of those weighted blankets. You know, those 30-pound all-night hugs. Please subscribe to our channel and get all 137 videos in our guided meditation for the Advanced Practitioner series. As Yvonne says, feel the Om! Headphones and earbuds are not recommended for these practices.
Fantastic. I'm more relaxed right now. Everyone, I want you to please welcome our next guest, emerging from the tech booth, able to lead multiple social media platforms in a single bound, our own Mighty Quinn Strand! Mighty Quinn Strand! Now you're talking with Dave McCabe.
Thanks so much for having me, Dave.
My God, you've done so much behind the scenes. I just wanted to get you out front, and you turned on your kitty cat headphones.
I have.
I was beating the desk and we lost everything. That is fantastic. My God, it's finally great to see you out in front of the camera. I want to have everybody point to the fact that Quinn's hair matches her shirt, which matches a tone in her headphones. I'm telling you what, I'm not sure where we'd be without Quinn, but I wanted to make sure she got out here. So, Quinn, you're ready for the questions? You're always on the other side.
Yeah, throw them at me.
All right, you got it. Are you scared? Are you ready?
Not sure if I should be scared, but I'm ready.
All right, easy one. Ready? How did you start your teching journey?
It was honestly more of an accident. One of the improv teams that I was on was hosting a jam, and it was like the first time we were doing it. And Becca, who was working in the tech booth, said, hey, does anyone want to learn how to do this? And I was like, sure. I like some technical stuff. I might as well learn how to do it. And the next day I was on the Skit Tech schedule.
Oh, that is fantastic. What was the name of the team you were on that had that going on?
I want to say that was That New Jersey Smell.
All right, fantastic. Great team. I miss them.
Yeah.
Now, so what part of your teching, now that you've grown from that accidental jump into the booth, what part of your teching do you think has grown the most? Like, what technical skills have advanced in your little world?
Let's see. Aside from the ability to work through, like, so many different tech at the same time, you can't see my setup, but I have my main computer, and I've got my laptop, all running at the same time. Sometimes I also have my phone to make sure that the stream is running if I need to be on there. I have so much more, like, technical devices that I know how to use now that I just never would have thought to have this complicated looking a setup before.
Oh, that's fantastic. But all of a sudden, I feel a little manipulated, I must say.
Oh.
Is it some sort of subliminal message that you're wearing an octopus shirt when clearly you wished you had extra arms? Discuss.
I do wish I had extra arms. It would make things so much easier. But didn't intend that with the octopus shirt. This inspired my hair, so I thought I would wear it, but I completely... If I had extra arms, things would be a lot easier.
You got to get inspiration where you need it? My gosh. Hey, not to dish any dirt, but is there a virtual teching moment that you found most challenging, and why?
Would probably be the Skit Tac-Toe. Because
oh my God, I saw that.
There was so much tech involved, and I had to learn a lot of it for the first time. Because you had the contestant and the hosts up in Google Meet, which I had literally never used before that show. And then you had everybody in the grid format. Obviously, Zoom, the grid is different on everyone's computer.
Oh, yeah.
So, in order for the contestants to know what the grid looked like, I had to constantly take pictures and text it to them so that they could see where the X's and where the O's were for the audience. So
Sounds
the
someone
entire
was the
time.
most. Sounds like someone was the most committed during that show. I wonder who that was. And I can tell you, Geeksaholic, that the Zoom actually, when you load it into whatever device you have, it gives you all the features that your device will absorb. So you're welcome, audience. Now, what virtual show is by far your favorite to work on and to tech? What could it possibly be? What show do you love the most?
Even if you weren't pointing to you, it would definitely be this show. I love editing the intros. I love the energy. Everyone's just so much fun. That
Yes.
this definitely this one. You didn't have to be so obvious about it.
Hey, it works for Blake Shelton. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all of this tech information, but I'd like to get to you a little bit. So tell me what your favorite word is.
My favorite word, honestly, is I like cyberpunk as a word.
Really? That is fantastic.
It's just
What's your least
really
favorite?
cool technical genre fantasy word.
And yet you're just on the skirts of society, and yet they still need you. Well played, Mighty Quinstrand. Well played. So what's your least favorite word?
Least favorite word. Probably be something. Gosh, put me on the spot this one. Oh, gosh. I know that's what
This
you
is
do.
a scripted show, Strand. Suck
I would
it up.
say bland. Bland is my
Bland.
least favorite word.
Yeah. I've heard moist a few times in the last week for whatever reason.
Yeah, that seems to be a pretty unpopular word.
Yeah, it's never good unless it's cake. What sound do you love?
The sound I love is my cat purring, quite honestly. She
That
is
works.
asleep in the other room, or I would bring her over.
Well, if she was in camera, we'd have to pay her. So, good call. What sound do you hate?
I really hate ASMR. It's just any of that, like, really soft, whispery sound directly in the microphone where you can hear people's, like, spit moving and different things. I hate it. It's the worst.
You must hate everything I send you.
No, not that. You have to be really close to your camera and hear, like, all the little details to do that. Yours is fine.
Oh, good, yeah. Because after Alabaster and his tallow feeding tube, I was worried where this was going to go. Hey, this isn't about me, but you know what sound I hate? Riley's tea kettle microphone noise. Oh my God! Is anybody else not hearing this?
It's your computer. It does sound like a tea kettle. There's just no
I just thought
stopping
she really.
it.
Oh my God, Riley, fix your computer mic. My God, get an external one. I got one. And finally, Mighty Quinn, if heaven exists, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Quinn. I know this is your time, but look what's in my eye shot. Yeah, it's a trophy. You get these whenever somebody recognizes you're really. I know I feel like I'm putting you out, but oh my God, this just caught my eye. This is nice. It's a trophy. 1979 Pony Champs. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Wait. Look at else I got here. It's from 1983. What this is the John Philip Sousa Award that I received in my senior year of high school. That it recognized me for all of the hard, good playing and work and all the effort I put in. It's so great to be. Oh, there's another one. There's another one here. This one came. It was like last year. This one came from Trash in the City. They again rewarded me with this amazing trophy with a detachable action figure. Thank you, Trash in the City. Nash, Trisha. I mean, Mike. Oh my God. Oh, Trish. Quinn, this is probably going to upset you. I'm really sorry, but in 2019, I was presented with, oh, what's this? Oh, it's the 2019 Outstanding Tech Award. Oh my God, what is this? What could this possibly? What could make you feel worse? Oh, I know. It's the 2020 Outstanding Tech Award for. How can this happen? Oh my!
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, I feel a little insensitive. I mean, clearly you're a better tech than I am, but yet, I mean, the proofs and the trophies are something. I mean, I don't want to aren't they wonderful though?
I will cancel this entire show. Take back everything I said about this being the best show to work on. I will cancel you right here, now.
Go ahead and you know what? That's a big lot of talk behind 27 screens and 14 keyboards. Bring it on. Go whatever.
Yeah. You want to be canceled? You're canceled.
Do it.
I did.
Quinn, I'm sorry. Quinn, I'm really sorry. You know how I feel about. I am so sorry. Hey, listen. Hey, we're good. You know what? Those trophies don't mean anything to me. And I think we probably agree on Riley's tea kettle microphone. So I mean that we have a mutual thing that we don't like. So that's kind of nice. So what oh my God, I am so sorry. I can't believe this happened. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I just want to say that I'm sorry, and I think you're the best tech that we could ever have. And it's been hurting me to think anything other than. And what I'd really like to say that I'm sorry, and I really would like it if okay, all right, I'll say it. Quinn, you are the best tech in the world, including outer space. Would you please let me introduce the next clip, please?
All right, you have appeased me.
Oh my God. Thank you. Everybody, Quinn is the best tech ever. And now the producers felt that somebody sent us in this clip, and it's providing actually it was a couch that sent us this clip. So wait, was that right? A couch? All right. So yeah, a couch sent us this clip. I've not seen it, but apparently the producer of the show feels that it's a unique perspective, and we all need to hear it. So Quinn, pretty please, would you please play the clip, please? You're awesome.
Playing.
Thank you.
During the days here, I was all alone. It was wonderfully quiet. Except the rare sound of the phone, just me and the cat here. We worked it all out, she would not meow at all. And my pillows would not shout, there was no social distance. She napped on me, then came the shutdown in March. And now you see, I got the couch during COVID blues. Yeah, I got the couch during COVID blues. I had the house to myself all day until night. They never sat on me in natural light. No, they never napped on me in natural light. And now, you know it's true. I got the couch during COVID blues. They're supposed to be working, yeah, but they're sitting on me. They're supposed to be working from home. If their boss could only see, they're binging on Netflix. So much for productivity in front of the TV. Smack dab in the living room, the only time they're not on me is when they have a Zoom. I got the couch during COVID blues. I got the couch during COVID blues. To cover themselves, they stay right near the phone in case work calls. It looks like they're working from home, but now they're napping on me. I guess I have to play along. My cushions are wearing thin, so I have to sing this song. I got the couch during COVID blues. I got the couch during COVID blues. Why don't you sit on the chair? Hell, you could sit anywhere, 'cause you're giving me, oh baby, the couch during COVID blues. Ooh, 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 yeah.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. I think we all needed to hear that perspective. I have to say, I mean, I'm really touched. I think I'm taking my couches for perspective, or for granted with all of that. Some may say that clip was probably about a minute too long, but you know what? I got to tell you, I got to listen to that couch sing all day. Hey, Quinn, is our last guest ready?
Yep.
Fantastic. I am so excited, everybody. He was a guest on our previous show whenever we discovered he was adding up his first tiger cub to his petting zoo. So please welcome back our old pal, chicken range owner, petting zoo enthusiast, and entrepreneur, Craig Free Range Thompson.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Hey, Craig Free Range Thompson. Now you're talking with Dave McCabe.
Oh, that's great. Oh, Dave, it's been quite the adventure here. Oh, it is great to see you again.
Great to see you.
Oh,
but I
thanks.
have to admit, your accommodations seem odd. Craig, are you in a cage?
Yeah, I'm in the cage. Yeah, it's pretty roomy too. It's a nice sized cage.
Holy smokes! I mean, I think Craig Free Range Thompson. I mean, what are you doing in a cage, and where's Sneaky and the chickens?
Oh, well, Sneaky and the chickens are doing really well. But you know, Sneaky's getting a little rambunctious, and so I decided that I would. I think that it would be better for both of us if I was in the cage. And,
My God!
You know, just kind of help him while he's growing. You know, because I love Sneaky. I love my chickens, and it's just one of those things where you need to. Oh my God, Dave! Oh, I'm so sorry.
Geez,
Dave, it's
not
it's
again.
so hard to hold. It's so hard to hold on to these things. I mean, it's just you don't understand. It's been crazy in this cage, Dave. It is, but you know what? I'm sorry. Sneaky is worth it, Dave. Sneaky is worth it. He comes up and I can pet him, and I scratch behind his ears, and he really loves that. You know, and you know, I can't snuggle with him anymore, though, Dave. I just can't snuggle with him, and that's why I got the cage.
A big part of your lifetime was snuggle therapy. I know it worked on your chickens, and I know you tried.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, it's just something that Sneaky's just not into anymore. So I figure, you know, if he doesn't want me to be, you know, snuggling with him, and really it's me. It's not Sneaky. It was me. I was taking up too much of his space, and, you know, he acted out. He was just acting out, and that's okay. You know, it's all about making sure that the animals are comforted and comfortable with what their surroundings are. And he was just like, hey, you know, I would like my own space. So, you know, whenever I would try to go near him, he was very communicative about that. So, you know, I figured I'd get this cage, and you know, now it's great. It is really, really great working with him. He comes up, and you know, I have a little hose here, and I give him some water, and we play with the sprinklers, and you know, it's really great times for him. I think he's really growing as a tiger.
I admire your ownership of this. There was a book by Jocko Willink called Extreme Ownership, and clearly you are owning this. But what about your quality of life, Free Range? You're in a cage, but I still see that giant smile on you.
Well, Davis, it's because it's not about me. It is about whether or not the animals are doing well and living to the best of their lives. And yeah, the cage gets a little boring at times, but it's okay. Is the message I want to make sure everybody knows. It's perfectly fine that I'm in a cage. I'm not complaining about being in a cage. It's Sneaky deserves to be able to be a free range cat, and I'm not going to stand in his way.
To tell you the truth, I was about to get free Sneaky t-shirts made up, but I have to say the new t-shirt's going to be free Craig, free range Thompson.
No, Dave, somehow, I don't need that. I don't need that.
I know
I'm all good.
All right, well,
I'm all
take
good.
care. You stay hydrated. I love the fact that you're sweating. I love the love that you're bringing your chickens and Sneaky, buddy.
It's great sleeping out here in the dark. Thanks for calling, Dave. I really, I like it. I love it.
Free range. Hopefully, we'll touch base in the near future. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay
Bye.
hydrated.
Yeah. All good. All good. It's really good.
You got it, free range. All right, everybody. Bye. That's our show. I want you to let you know it's not too late to put in a comment in the chat room. Special thanks to Charlie Barber and Bernadette, the mighty Quinn Strand, Bill Holleran. Thanks to the Steel City Improv Theater for letting me do this show. And by the way, go online because the online classes are starting in August, steelcityimprov.com. Tune in next week. On Friday, we're going to have Zoom River. Hey, I was a part of that group for a little while, and they are talented and awesome. Please come back next week for the next installment of Now You're Talking with Dave McCabe, premiering on August 22nd. And please, lastly, click the link below for the Light of Life rescue mission. By all means, in all seriousness, give those people the help so they can help others. Thank you so much. I'll see you on August 22nd. That's it for Now You're Talking with Dave McCabe.
Do 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 do.